Hi there, my name is Ingo and I'm one of the newest members to the Be a Better Guide team and wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself and share my favorite travel advice with you. Let's start with the fun stuff first, travel advice. I love traveling, I've traveled all my life, and one of my favorite things I do when I travel is to eat great meals. Probably many of you can relate, but one of the things I like to do when I travel is to do a little bit of research before I arrive in a new location. So for example, if I'm going to a place like France and I know I'm going to be in Paris for a few days, I might want to go eat one of the best croissants that the world has to offer. So what I might do is go into Google and search where is the best croissant, or actually in this case, what's even better than croissants is pain au chocolat. I might look up where are the best pain au chocolats in all of Paris. I'll look at 4 or 5 different lists, Yelp.com, some other sites as well, and I'll look for those bakeries that are on the list every single time. Which one do I see consistently in the top 5? Chances are that's going to be a pretty good pain au chocolat, and that's where I'll go. It ends up being a great experience. I find some great meals in different countries around the world that I might not find otherwise. Just if I'm exploring on my own, the research definitely pays off. So maybe next time you travel, you can try this strategy out and see how it works for you. So let me tell you a little bit more about myself. My name is Ingo. It's a German name. I'm from Germany originally, but my mom's American, my wife's American. I lived in the U.S. a long time, so I have a very Americanized accent to go along with that German name. But I've worked in tourism now for about 12 years and have a variety of experiences that I hope will be very helpful here in the Be a Better Guide community. Let's see, I started in a company called Fat Tire Bike Tours in Berlin about 12 years ago, doing city tours. It's a bike tour company. If you're ever in town, I highly recommend checking them out. They're amazing. But I led their bike tours here throughout Berlin, and it gave me really a basic understanding of what is important in being a tour guide, especially for city tours. How do you keep people safe throughout the day? How do you make sure the logistics run smoothly? How do you convey information in entertaining and informative ways for your clients? We had international clients from around the world, so I got exposed to lots of different types of tourists, met many people that became friends for a lifetime. But those experiences were also very helpful when I went on to my next job, working for a company called Backroads. Backroads was an international active travel company leading hiking and biking tours around the world. They do multiple day tours, so 6 to 10 days depending on where you are, and I worked with them in a variety of places, including the United States, Southeast Asia, Africa, and across Europe. But that gave me a lot of insight into running logistics over a longer period of time. Also dealing with the nuances of guests. How do you deal with guests that are not just there for 4 to 5 hours, but there for an entire week? How do you address problems as they come along the way? How do you deal with the dynamics of those kinds of trips? Very, very interesting and very different than the city tours that I had at Fat Tire. By the way, if you ever get a chance to go backwards on a trip, it is magic. Highly recommended experiences. For them, I also did a few other things. I worked for them as a trip expert. A trip expert is basically somebody that helps to develop itineraries, to develop trips, to manage the logistics throughout the season for those trips, and that gave me a lot of insight into how to run a great experience for guests, what kind of experiences do they love to see, and then how to communicate with the clients and the employees in those regions. I also worked with them as a hiring and training specialist where I helped to onboard and train new employees as they came into Backroads. Great experiences, Backroads being a great company for their training program, and I learned what does it mean to have a great curriculum, what do you need to teach your guides before they can go out there in the field and really be amazing for your clients. All of those experiences I hope come alive in different ways for you along the way. I also went to school and did an MBA degree, which might be helpful for some of the business-minded folks out there, maybe in the 7-figure tour business or some of the other programs. But anyways, that was just a brief introduction. I hope to meet many of you in person. I'm heading to the Arrival Conference here in Berlin just in 2 weeks or so, and maybe I'll meet some of you there. Nice to finally meet you. Hope to meet many of you in person, and see you soon.